All right, today we're going to dive into Mirella, a short but really powerful poem. It's all about love, destiny, and the incredible weight of distance. We're going to see how just a handful of lines can paint this vivid picture of two people, separated by an ocean, but completely bound by a connection that just will not break.
So the poem kicks off with this incredibly intimate line, and right away, you know we're not just reading words on a page. It feels like we're listening in on something deeply personal. He's not just talking about Mirella, he's talking to her. He calls her his beautiful star of Tamatave, and that immediately grounds their love in a real, specific place, and sets this tone of just gentle reverence.
And that location, it's absolutely key. At its heart, this poem is all about place, or maybe more accurately, the space between places. You know, the whole story is built on this tension between a really powerful emotional bond and a very real physical separation.
And here is where that distance becomes tangible, right? You can see it. The speaker is in Ampanafena, and Mirella, his star, is all the way over in Tamatave. The poem doesn't have to give us the exact mileage, because it doesn't need to. Just by naming these two distinct places, that space between them becomes a character in the story, this silent obstacle that their love has to overcome.
But even with that huge physical gap, there is just zero doubt in the speaker's mind. He says it so plainly. You are my destiny. That isn't a hope. It's not a wish. For him, it's just a fact. Their connection completely transcends any physical barrier you could put in front of it.
But, even with that certainty about their destiny, the poem doesn't pretend the separation isn't painful. It really dives into the emotional and even the temporal weight of being apart, like how it stretches and distorts time itself.
Okay, what a fantastic metaphor this is. The days feel as long as the sea. It's such a powerful image. The sea is literally what separates them, but in this brilliant move, it's also become how he measures time. It's vast, it's endless, and it feels like you could just drown in it. Every single day is an entire ocean of waiting.
So what you get is this really powerful paradox. Her absence has become this constant presence in his life. Her smile is always with him. He thinks of her the moment he wakes up, and then he just says it, "Tu me manques, I miss you." His day-to-day life is completely filled with both his love for her and the ache of her not being there.
But against that backdrop of longing and pain, the poem presents an even stronger force. And that's this idea of love as an anchor, as a single guiding light that just cuts right through the darkness of being apart.
So let's circle back to that opening line. He calls her his belle étoile, his beautiful star. And this is way more than just a sweet nickname. Think about it. A star is a fixed point in the night sky. It's a source of light, something sailors use for navigation. So by calling her this, he's saying she's his constant, his guide, the one thing he can always look to for direction and for hope.
And then the poem just doubles down on this. I have only one light in this setting. I mean, that line is so absolute, isn't it? It's not that she's the brightest light among many. She is the only light. In the world he's living in, everything else is just background noise, and she is the single point of focus and warmth.
And then the poem does something really cool. It evolves this metaphor of light. A star, is a distant guiding point. But now that light is brought much closer. It transforms into something with real heat and passion.
Wow, this is such a powerful statement of resilience. Even distance cannot extinguish this hot flame. So their love isn't just this passive guiding light anymore, it's an active, burning force that completely defies the coldness of separation. It has an energy and a heat that distance is just powerless against. Okay, so this unshakable faith, it's all building towards the poem's end. The whole narrative starts to shift from the difficult present and begins looking forward with total certainty at a future they will share. And the speaker's hope isn't just some vague, oh, maybe one day thing. No, it's a crystal clear vision. He is waiting for the day their paths will rejoin. And I just love this last bit, where every goodbye becomes an aim. He's imagining a future where the pain of all these temporary farewells is replaced by the simple, permanent presence of her. Now, this is really important. This promise of a future together, it isn't just wishful thinking. It's built on a core belief that the speaker holds us a fundamental truth about their existence. And in the end, it all comes down to this one foundational line. I know that our lives remain linked. This is the heart of the entire poem. After all the beautiful metaphors of stars and flames, it's this simple, profound statement of faith that anchors everything.
Distance might be a temporary problem, but their bond? That's permanent.
So the poem leaves us with this incredible idea to chew on. It suggests that some connections aren't actually weakened by distance, but are paradoxically sustained by it, that the longing, the hope, and the certainty all act as fuel. It makes you wonder about the nature of love itself and leaves you with this final thought. What kind of flame is actually fueled by distance?